Military stories. Tell us the most interesting / weird things you've seen / experienced while serving in your country's armed forces. Can also be law enforcement too. I don't know what it is, but I'll offer the story anyway. On aft, lookout, watch 0004 in Pacific. Bored as shit. My phone died, so I can't play music like I usually do. See an air contact flying about 180 relative, with a 50-degree position angle. Think nothing of it. OOD in combat never want to hear air contact reports. We don't have an air radar on our ship. It's an MCM. The air contact abruptly shifts from 180 to 220 and shoots up to a 60-degree position angle out of nowhere. It is now maintaining a parallel course to us roughly. Again, thinking nothing of it, I don't really give a shit. The contact moves so fast, blink and you miss, literally, and is suddenly on the complete opposite side of the ship, still maintaining same course and speed. Call it in. I get a response from OOD that amounts to, "Stop wasting my time." The contact slips into 3 additional contacts. One sits at its current heading, one goes to 180, and another 220. I call this one in, and the CICWO comes out, presumably to tell me to stop bullshitting on comms. To see them merge back into the contact at 180 and then disappear. He tells me, "Wow, that's crazy. Never mentioned ever again." Saw a guy get his thumb ripped off by tripping. BC-130 engine troop. Dude is known for being a klutz. Dude goes to exit C-130 crew door and slips. Reaches out to grab something and by chance his thumb skin gets snagged on a piece of sharp metal around the edge of the door. As he falls, his thumb gets stuck, pops out of the socket and degloves 1/3 of his hand. Thumb left hanging on the door frame with a bunch of loose flesh. Last I heard they were trying to kick him out because he lost a part of his fucking thumb. On topic of losing fingers, something that happened not so long ago. Female M113 instructor encountered issues with power in the APC. Instead of calling maintenance crew, she calls her officer. He tells her to check if the alternator is spinning. Proceeds to stick her hand in to check. Alternator was spinning, and it wasn't easy to find her finger. Well, on the dumb women topic, we were OP4 for a stress test on a nuclear sub-facility, and some dumbass Navy chick fired live rounds at people. We were using blanks with the BFA, but since it was an active site, they had the DOD guards with live ammo. So, one of the guards dropped kit to use the bathroom, and this girl was firing blanks. But when she ran out, she grabbed the bag from the guard kit with live ammo. Blew off her blank firing adapter and kept shooting like another 4 to 5 rounds until someone punched her in the face and took her weapon from her. Day X of exercise. No one has slept well. Everyone is cold and miserable. Guy at the OP even more so. Staring at a tree line, completely zapped of energy. Extremely hungry and tired for hours on end does things to your mind. Suddenly, we hear him frantically on the radio talking about spotting 3 men in full snow camo climbing a telephone pole, attaching something to it. Everyone scrambles to combat positions. Information is passed up the chain of command. Suddenly, we realize we're in the middle of nowhere. There are no telephone poles for miles in any direction. Last I heard, he had actually started hallucinating and got it checked out by a doctor, confirming he wasn't just trying to get out of the shit. I don't know what happened to the other guy on the post, but it's a funny story. Reminds me of a little story of mine. Pleb at MX Naval Academy. We begun guard duty around 2 months after entering. During the first semester, we were shadows, accompanying a senior cadet to be instructed. Second semester, we are no longer shadows. When you are on watch, deployed at the school's flag, war flag, combat flag, ensign, don't know the proper term for it. You are not allowed to move. You are at attention for 1 or 2 hours depending on the time of your watch. Pleb's sleep on average was 2 to 3 hours. On good days, you would sleep up to 4 hours. Plebs run everywhere, no matter how small the distance is to your destination. Plebs do constant PE, punishment whenever you screw up. Basically, you're always fucked up because of the lack of sleep and constant PE. On watch at the school's flag room around 2 a.m. It was midterm, so of course I only managed to sleep 40 minutes before entering on watch. The area where the flag was located was a small building, a memorial, on the entrance of the academy, no longer in use. Kind of like a small museum with a permanent exposition of the story of the academy. There were 2 cadets deployed at the memorial sentry guarding the flag and a guard that could freely move around the memorial. Camera on the roof, watching the sentry 24/7. The other cadet is in my class. Hey Anant, I'm going to try and get some sleep on the corner. Give me a shout out if anyone comes close. Buddy goes into the dark room, the mini museum room, with poor lighting. Have my hat on so my visor can hide my eyes from the camera. Face down just slightly to get on the sweet blind spot. Brahms Lullaby.mp3. Around 30 minutes pass. Suddenly hear footsteps and a formation stopping. Hear footsteps entering the memorial. Oh shit. Can't move my limbs nor call out the other pleb. See a cadet looking at me furiously. "And on!" He shouts to me while suddenly comes to me as pissed as if he was about to beat me the fuck up. I scream internally. I'm endangered.png. Suddenly inhale as if I had just returned from the afterlife yelling. Heavy breathing. No one around. Was I just dreaming? Swear to God it was too fucking real. Calm down slightly, hoping the person on CCTV in charge of the flag's camera was asleep or unaware of the madman that started yelling all by himself while on watch. 5 more minutes pass. Here again the formation stopping and footsteps. Here comes the relief. Stand at attention as best insane as I can. 5 minutes pass. No one comes. 10 more minutes pass. No signs of life. Took another 25 to 30 minutes for the relief to come. Tell my second grader about what just happened. That's the phantom relief and on. It's quite common. Happens to me too.
Even though they keep me up each night till 4 and more, I could fight with the butcher and the baker, but when I meet the undertaker, got no time